Hey you guys, so today we are looking at these, which are the Phantom of the Opera, Lon Chaney Sr., 1925, sideshow action figures from years ago. Yes, these are, let me turn that around so the skull's facing the front. There we go. Now is that brilliant. These are quite old now. I will say they do suffer from, I'm not sure if these two do, they do suffer from what we call transparent joint syndrome, which means that they have transparent joints, which means they are fragile. And shall we say the Wolfman, even though he has nads, now no longer has two arms. The Phantoms are okay, Frankenstein's okay, Bride's okay, Creature in Black Lagoon's lost an arm. So yeah, these are slightly fragile. I don't think I've got I think I've got all of his accessories. I'm not sure about him. I should have Googled really, but I do have his other head. I'll have a quick close-up of that, which is kind of cool. I always thought it was a very strange kind of disguise mask, but I suppose that was the day then. The hat is attached. I'm not going to swap the heads because, like I say, I'm a bit worried these are a bit fragile. So yes, this is Lon Chaney Sr. I'm glad they put Senior on there because I have a habit of, if I say Lon Chaney Junior, I just want to throw the junior bit in there. So yeah, then we have an extreme close-up. Now the makeup was done using fish skin, this little bit for his nose there. There's a piece that pulled his nose up, which funnily enough I've got a slightly defective snoz myself. One day in a video I will show you I can actually do a similar thing. They did it in, oh, what was it, English TV show? This is a local shop for local people, we'll have no trouble here. League of Gentlemen. They did a similar thing in that. Yeah, that is the makeup. The white shirt, which isn't quite so white. These were made back in the days when articulation wasn't really the thing, it was more the pose. I have to admit, I don't know which do you think is better? Because is it better to have a figure like that is posed and you stand it on the shelf and ta-da, or is it better to have a figure that is just sort of what I call museum posed, which is dead straight up, that you then have to try and pose on a shelf? Because I keep looking and most of my figures are stood pretty straight, so they take up less shelf space. Decisions sort of thing. But anyway, this one is, I think it's the Red Death they call it. It's I think it was also colorized scene as well, because he wears the red robe and the skull mask. I will say the hat, focus, there we go. The hat is held on with everybody's favourite blue tack. Because where I used to have these things, the shelf wasn't that straight. I'm going to move him out of the way. There we go. The shelves were a little bit cockeyed and things used to fall over a lot. You can see there's obviously another mask that he's wearing. It also has his wonderful hairline under there. The nice red robes and the base, which this base is done more like it's the theatre floor. Underneath the robes, whoops, we'll lose the hat a minute, it is sort of a very, I would say, Shakespearean kind of garb under there. Tights. There is very little articulation. The legs pretty much locked. This arm is locked. That one does have a slight manoeuvrability in it. I don't think that has transparent joints in it, so probably. That arm moves. Oh, it does have a little bit of movement there. But it's pretty much locked, which is, you're gonna stand it on a shelf in its robes. So do you need it to be that maneuverable? Probably not. Maybe work on, I suppose that should be a little bit further back, like so. You can see the arm, and then these have been in storage for quite a while. So yeah, I do like these. It's kind of weird. I got the Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, which I think I've already done a couple of those. I'm trying to think which other ones I've got. Metaluna Martian somewhere. I don't know where that is. But I didn't get like Dracula. And I think it was because the Dracula didn't look that much like Dracula. I wasn't that like, you know, sometimes you look at things and go, wow, I need that. That's and I remember looking at it and going, doesn't look like Bela Lugosi. I think they were probably having rights issues. Let's put that hat a little bit straight. There we go. Without the blue tack, it doesn't quite sit right. Other sticky tacks are available. So yeah, Phantom of the Opera, one of my favourites. I do have a life-size bust of Lon Chaney from it, which I bought. It was like a pre-made thing, and I repainted it. And one day I promise I will do a video of it. Instead of doing the usual one that I do, which is Freddy Krueger. Do it every year. I do that for Halloween, which will be coming soon. So yeah, these are pretty much Pride of collection. If anybody can tell me, I think he came with like paperwork, like sheet music and stuff. They say the legs, he isn't the most articulate of figures, maybe the most articulate of characters. Focus, there we go. That's a really, really nice paint job on there. There's a little bit of a scuff about there. But yeah, I think it's a really nice figure. Let's say the two heads are always better than one. But you're always gonna show it with the mask head. Something like that. I don't know, how would you... I think that is kind of a perfect pose. Him stood looking regal, and yeah. The base for this one has obviously got the rug on it. Yeah. So let's wind this up. These are old figures and they're probably going to need to have a sit down. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much to all of you that subscribed. It has been hectic lately. I've got so many jobs that I'm doing. Life is getting in the way of YouTube, but I promise I will try and do... Also, money is a bit of a problem as well, because everything's getting expensive. The figures are getting expensive. Life is getting expensive. I don't get things sent free. I have to pay for my figures. So you guys watching these videos means I get a little bit of that money back. So thank you so much for helping out the channel with likes, shares, subscribes, and all that sort of stuff, yeah? It's a big help. So yeah, thanks guys. Hope you'll have a great day. Hope you'll have a great night. And me and the Phantom here, we'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.